Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for Friday night on the Homestead. And tonight's topic is, it's Groundhog Day. Again. How's everybody doing out there? All right, let me hop over here and so I can actually verbally say hello to everybody that's in here. First one in today was Chipper66, followed by CR, Creative Redundancy, then Walt Rogers, Failing Clan Wolf, Suzanne Galley, Mad Chick Acres, CB at Hugo Homestead, Chef Tech 86, Endo's here, it's the Marshmallow Man, Howie at Food Forest Permaculture, Kaylin Strain is here, Haven Farm, and let's see, Hedgehog's Homestead, and let's see, Geeky Gardens. And everybody's talking to each other. I just got to pick out the new ones coming in as I scroll down here. Try not to miss anybody. Shawnee Shade is here. Grammy Karen's here. And I've made it to the bottom. Now, I am a fan of the repeat movie television series thing. Bill Murray's Groundhog Day does the day over again. Map of perfect things, whatever it was. It was a teenage thing, and they kept the two teenagers, kept living the same day over and over, and they were discovering everything and doing all sorts of things. So I finally mapped out everything that was perfect, and then the world reset for them. Probably my favorite one though is 7 Days television show. If you haven't seen that, I thought was one of the best shows out there. Hey, Josh, Skinner Farms in the house. See, take 200. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't know what the premise of 7 Days is, basically it's a science fantasy, action show. And basically the premise was they discovered from the crash ships at Roswell, they figured out from the fuel they used for it and stuff that they were able to do what's called a time jump, and they were able to send a sphere back in time. 7 days is all they could send it back into to try to correct something major. And it was really cool and stuff. And it was things they tried to give the guy a little chip thing. And the first time they tried giving it to him, they did this implant thing, and all the physics and everything going on, and all the gravitational pulse and stuff blew it out of his arm. Fortunately, though, the reason why they picked this guy is he was an off-the-wall character, but he had a photographic memory that was unparalleled, and so he was able to relay all the information and stuff and stop what was going on and everything. And really interesting, and some really hair-raising situations and stuff, but it was a good show. I liked it. But Groundhog Day is one that's every year. I always try to watch it, and I had the kids today, so I couldn't watch it. I had to let them watch what they wanted to watch on TV. Generally Minions and Despicable Me 3 and Megamind. Yeah, they have their favorite shows too. So I mean, to me, there are things that just go on and on and on, and happens again and again and again. Winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall. Lose a hair, lose another hair, lose another hair, lose another hair. But yeah, and so this is going to be kind of an open chat type night, of things, going on. What are you doing again to get ready for the next year? Yeah, exactly. Deja vu. I did watch the Matrix last night, and the deja vu part was in that too. So it's kind of, oh yeah, they reset it, and so drop that in, and I'm going to pin that for those that want to come up here and pin message. So I pinned the link to the top there. There we go. Sounds like Congress and the repeat continuing resolutions. No, it sounds more like Congress and they're repeating, let's give ourselves a raise and tax the American people. And technically, Congress was not supposed to be paid. They had to change the stuff, and I think they did it. I haven't found out exactly when they first got it through, but basically they changed the Constitution to allow themselves to be paid because they were not supposed to be paid. All they were supposed to do was given I think there was a stipulation or something for some sort of per diem or something for their travel expenses, but for while serving, it's supposed to be a service, not a job. But yeah, there's so I things I'm planning to do that I was doing last year. Well, I'm going to continue working on my garden. I'm going to be getting a lot more manure to rototill into the new garden section. And I'm going to expand it on around the side of the house there a little bit more, and add some more stuff in there. So we start planting. I'm going to start planting trees here, like I did in California. Finally, got figured out what we want to plant here. Hey, Moon over Miami, how's it going? Oh, wrong one. There we go. Step in. Now let's get a small step in for travel, lodging if they're not local to Des Moines, and meals. Yeah. Hey, Lewis.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. No, that when you consider how much they're getting paid a boatload of what they shouldn't be getting paid. And then there's not the it's not from brilliant stock picks. It's from having their loved ones set up companies and giving those companies government contracts, such as Nancy Pelosi's husband gets all these contracts from a company he created. One of the companies they created after she became elected. All right. So Grammy Carey needs to clean the greenhouse out. We need to build. Well, actually, my wife has to decide where she wants to build it. Going to start mini perennials from seed, put in containers. Since we rent, we have to go buy land and are saving. Good. Be able to move the containers to the land when you purchase it. That's a great plan. Make it mobile.
Yeah, I got all my tomatoes and peppers started germinating, and I got another plant germinating too.
Cool. And here comes Uncle Al. Well, he's trying to come up. Still blank screen there. Don't see his face yet. I think he's having let's see, is it going to come up? I don't think the visual's loading on it. And you may need to try again there, Uncle Al. Okay, down here is Winter Garden is doing strong. Itching to plant seeds for the spring. Yeah, he's going to be heading back off to Idaho down by. I'll just give the general area down near Twin Falls, where his mother has a place down there. Shawnee's going to start some onions, leeks, and celery tomorrow. Purchased the 36 survival seed pack. Going to look forward to growing those. Learning to use flowers, leaves, and roots. Oh, that's you just get let me think of something here. I've been spotting something in for and on Amazon that when I hit 5,500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing some giveaways of some stuff here. And let's see if I can find it here. There it is. Okay, let me bring up this wish list here. Here's Uncle Al. There's this picture.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay,
Hi,
so
Louis.
what I got here is this is 21 varieties, 7,000 seeds total, non-GMO one. I'll be giving. Oh, the price dropped on it. That one, and got these different ones here. Where is the herb? Here's the herb one. So you get 12 varieties of herbs for so that's going to be one of the giveaways I'll be doing once I hit 5,500. Hey, Jeremy, Tennessee Tactical One is in the house. Oh, and I forgot to say hi to Checked Off. He said he asked a question. I forgot to say hi.
Remember, folks, right now the Chinese hackers are really going after the internet, and here it's really bad.
Oh, and the spam email hacks are going out like you wouldn't believe too. I've been getting like 2 or 3 a day. Today there were 47 in my inbox. It's like, what? The thing is though, the names are different, but the content of the emails was exactly the same. Right. And they can't even change the name of who they're addressing it to.
No, and it's from the same address. I tracked mines. Also on Gill's, because I was watching it. Now they switched from the gay ads to the elderly ads. I had whatchamacallit, mucilage.
Hey, we're both on that, Al. We're both on the elderly ads now.
Whatchamacallit, adult diapers, mucilage. What was the other thing they showed all the time?
The drink. I can get a lot of the drink. You know, the
meal supply. Insure.
Yeah.
I got.
Wait a minute. They should be showing those ads to Captain Crazy because he needs those pens and he needs those drinks and he needs insurance because he's always falling down so much.
Yeah, it just drives me nuts. Like I said, right now I have a short time period to buy ammo in California. Judge Benitez banned the stupid background check on ammo. He said it was unconstitutional. So I got about a week or two to buy ammo here before that goes back into effect.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to convince my son to he has plenty of ammo. Trying to convince him to stop buying ammo and buy the reloading equipment.
Yeah.
Because you can still
also stupid. Why in the hell they need a background check on reloading equipment? Well,
they don't. They don't have it on the reloading equipment, as far as I know.
I can't get shotgun primers. I cannot get powder. I can't get holes.
Maybe it's where you're getting it from. But see, in Idaho, my son can order it and have it shipped here to Idaho, which is where he's going to come to have to reload anyways. But because if he's using that much ammunition, he's getting out of California, and it'll all be here for him.
It's getting crazy over here, Gil.
Yeah.
This afternoon, I've been calming down people. It's Groundhog Day. Red areas of California are mad as hell at the blue areas. I mean, all the farmers, all the truckers, because of you know what, and they're mad as hell. I've been trying to calm people as a church elder. It's like people are losing their jobs because of this. People are mad as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm stressed. It's like I'm trying to calm 30 or 40 people not to, you know what I'm talking about, Gil.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I knew the can't remember Kaylin will type it in there. The that chemical that's in Roundup and stuff that Joe and Courtney had on the lady on Tuesday talking about it. I knew it. Gyrophosphate, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
I knew Roundup was bad and a couple others, but I didn't realize they had so many variant formulas on it for it's not there. Kaylin put it in. So it's more than just the going in. All right. So the stuff they spray on the grapes doesn't go after the broadleaf plants. It goes after the grasses. But the variant they spray on alfalfa and hay doesn't go after the grasses. It goes after the broadleaf plants.
Right.
And that's the one that really hurts the home farmers because and homesteaders and gardeners because they spray it on the alfalfa and the grass and the hay and the oats, and it gets fed to the cows. The cow poop is cleaned up and it's sold to Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware as cow manure for home gardeners, and that stuff is loaded in there. And when you use that stuff at home, it kills all your plants.
Right. A lot of people forget these are forever chemicals. And Gills knows I've been screaming about this glyphosate for years. I don't let it on my oats, and our people pay out big bucks for our cow manure because we do not let forever chemicals. We use it ourselves. We don't trust nobody. Okay. And they say, how much for organic cow manure? You got $100? And they're looking at me for 50 pounds. Yeah. $100 for 50 pounds. Get out. And I'm not kidding because a lot of people don't understand the chemical composition of it. It is not a nice chemical. All right. But Gil knows what I'm talking about. I've been telling people up in Idaho, the big Monsanto plant has been poisoning people in Idaho for years. They don't know the chemical process to make this stuff and its variants. And if you have a Geiger count, I tell go over, where was it? Kaylin, look for the Monsanto plant in Idaho. A lot of people don't know what's the bad side effect of this. It produces low-level radiation. And all the variants and stuff, it's not bad if it's one or two. But, Gil, I'm forgetting how many variants they have.
I don't know. It's a lot. Okay. It says Soda Springs plant. And it's an 800-acre Monsanto chemical plant. It's located outside the city limits of Soda Springs, Idaho. Site includes 540-acre. Let me go in. This is what is on the EPA site.
Right.
Talking about it.
I tell people do not go there. All the cities around that area is radioactive. If you want proof, go on Google, go on Bing, get a Geiger accountant. Stop by over Gil's house, say hello, then you drive over to Soda Springs.
Yeah. Oh, so it's got. Here's the thing. It's 540-acre plant operating area and a 260-acre buffer area. Mm-hmm. But
take a Geiger counter. Go to that buffer area. Take a Geiger counter, and remember Hiroshima. Gil?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just bringing up the map here.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Hiroshima has less radiation than Soda Springs.
All right. So they got the Monsanto Westgate, Monsanto Lava Springs Pouring, the Bayer Westgate, Bayer, and I'm willing to bet that all these things right around here are all part of it. All these ponds and stuff.
Take a Geiger counter.
Yeah, because there's Soda Springs.
Okay. I tell a lot of people, take a Geiger counter. Now, Hiroshima has been nuked, I forget, 75 years ago? Or is it 65 years ago? 75, isn't it, Gil? Or 80?
Hiroshima? All right. So that was 45. So that would have been 55. 4 would make it 79 years.
Okay. Hiroshima is less radioactive than Soda Springs. Okay, take a Geiger counter. If you don't believe me, go on Bing and go on Google and go out there and spend a day over there.
Yeah.
Guarantee you, you're going to get cancer.
Okay, so Soda Springs is also a big, the Alexander Reservoir is a big tourist attraction. And then they also have the Soda Springs Formation Spring Cave and several other things in Soda Springs where people, the Geyser Park, people go to.
I would carry a radometer and also a Geiger counter.
Yeah.
Because Monsanto used to sell the waste products for cement and also asphalt. So I know there's one Taco Bell around that area. It has 5 times the national average of radioactivity in the parking lot. Guess what they did to the asphalt? Oh, it's harmless. It's just a byproduct from Monsanto. Yeah. Glow in the dark.
Yeah. Let me just check. How to Garden came in. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Okay, just looking back at the chat to make sure we didn't miss anybody. But yeah.
Like I said, folks, you have to be careful. This is a forever chemical. All right. Yeah. I use chemicals all the time. That's why I had the gut surgery and removed the big black polyp out of me. So I'm on rest until, let's see, today is February 2nd, until March the 12th. I can't do anything. And I got so much things I got to do and I got to get ready.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, so far, from where that is, from where I'm at, so far, I've never seen the wind blowing or any report, looking at the weather of the wind blowing from that direction towards me.
How about water?
Our water goes the other way. It flows from us to them.
Good. You don't want the other way around because a lot of people downstream from Soda Springs had thyroid cancer or kidney stones. Because when I heard kidney stones, I was like, oh, God, Gil's going to die. Because if you get kidney stones around Soda Springs, guess what happens next?
You're going to get gallstones and you get organs removed.
Right. That's how serious this is, folks. I never liked Roundup. Its cousin is Agent Orange and Agent Blue, which is not a good stuff. Look at Vietnam, all the, people.
Yeah.
They don't show you that on YouTube because they'll get written off.
Yeah.
Try not.
You working on your home garden yet?
I'm waiting till after the final storm. We're expecting. Remember,
final storm. Let's see. Right now, there's a major wind hitting Sunday from San Francisco down to Santa Barbara.
Right.
Coming
it's actually 2 storms.
Back to back.
Back to back. First one already passed by. Second one is split into 2. We have the Northern California and we have the Southern California. And then I'm in the middle. So I'm getting both ends of the 2 jet streams. One's going up towards your direction over the Sierra. So we're expecting like 4 foot of snow in the Southern Sierras. And then down south, they're afraid that Death Valley might be underwater.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is, folks. It's going to go all the way to Arizona.
Yeah.
So you might.
Hey, Darren, how's it going?
Hey, Gil, I remember you had slushy snow.
Well, what we were getting. All right. So yesterday we were getting rain.
Okay.
And this morning and through noontime-ish, we were getting rain and snow. The snow was not slushy. The snow was coming down, the rain was right past it. And so nothing was sticking because once it hits the ground, the grain's beating on it and the ground's all wet. But it's changing to all, let's pull down the. Okay, so tonight it's 70% chance of snow tonight. Tomorrow's 80% chance. Tomorrow night, 80% chance. Sunday's 40%. 80% on Monday. Yeah, so it's and we're looking at all right, tonight is a new snow accumulation less than half inch, which means we'll probably get about 1.5 inches. Tomorrow is less than half an inch, probably get 1.5 inches, unless it warms up and it get rain in there. And the high tomorrow is 35, so we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, they've changed it. The 2 inches is gone and the 3 inches is gone. It's all now less than 1 inch possible for mornings and for days and night times for the next 2-3 days.
Right. You should be getting a warming trend because right now it's over the Midwest, like let's see, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Kansas. It's going to flip more toward your side and it's going to hit us after the rain goes that way. The warm air is going to go this way. And then the Northeast, just split down, put your finger down the Mississippi. Anything on that side of Mississippi and border states of the Mississippi, it's going to be flash flooding, rains, tornadoes, snowstorms, hail, slushy snow. What else is going to happen?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. It goes down the list. I would not be in Kentucky, Tennessee, Louisiana, Missouri, or is it Mississippi? I think it's Mississippi because I'm calculating about 6 different states and then the big thing over in the Great Lakes. Because I tell people, Gil knows what I'm talking about, the lake effect.
Yeah. Oh, like even Courtney up there, if she goes, how would she say, 50 miles north, she gets into the lake effect snow.
Well,
yeah, those lake effect snows aren't fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lewis knows what I'm talking about when I talk about the lake effect. It's a self-feeding. Warm air goes from the ground into the lake, which is colder, and it comes back twice as hard, and it just keeps cycling. Because I've seen cars in Chicago froze on the highway, and people like that froze in the cars because once that lake effect wind catches, it's horrible. Right now we're having our storm effect. The last night it stopped. Gil knows what I'm talking about on the pass. He goes into Nevada towards Idaho.
Yeah. We get there's several spots along that route where they get it's not really lake effect. There's no lake around, but it's the only pass,
right? And
it just blows through Power County, and you can be going along, and all of a sudden the highway's frozen over, and it's like, what the heck?
And Gil knows what I'm talking about. That pass gets like, if it's all set up right, it gets anywhere from 85 to 105 miles an hour winds. Gil's know what I'm talking about.
That's where they have the. They changed the name to Power County because they got so many friggin' wind turbine plant fields set up there, and it's just like you drive along, you see all these flashing red lights at night. It's all the towers, and it's just insane. But we get lake effect here. And let me mark this here. So up here at the top up here is where I'm at, and so this part of the Snake River is actually is dammed off by American Falls, and there's a huge lake reservoir there, and it's just and the wind follows the pathway here right on up, heading heading from the southwest up towards us. And our weather thing also, it'll say lake effect advisory. And sure enough, all of a sudden we'll get super high winds and cold temperatures. Hey, becoming a green stalker, how's it going? Idaho Garden Girl.
Yeah, because
okay. Grammy Karen's asked, what were you saying about Kentucky?
Oh, bad thing about Kentucky, it's right now it's a flood risk, because once that high pressure ridge goes towards west towards Gill, guess what's coming in from the north and south? South
Moisture.
you got moisture, and north you got cold.
Cold.
So what's the middle state that's going to get lots of rain?
Kentucky, a little bit into Tennessee, a little bit into Ohio,
Right.
a little bit into Iowa.
Yeah, I think Iowa. We're talking about flash flooding. This week, when we had the first storm, how many cars in 28 states became submarines? 22.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at all right, today the groundhog didn't see his shadow, so we're expecting an early summer. I'm going to quote Mel Brooks. I'm going to quote Mel Brooks's Blazing Saddles. Bullshit. He couldn't see his shadow because it was so overcast and stormy.
You know how many times the weather's going to change up here in Canada?
How many times are you going to change your socks? About the same?
Yep.
Yeah, it depends on Canada. If you're in the prairie states, it's going to be, I think, like 68 or 63, depending what location. If you're off of the Atlantic area and then on the Pacific, you got a boat? Because I gave up doing the math on that. It was horrible, because I'm expecting either snow, rain, hail, tornado, hurricane. I can't figure out why in the hell I got hurricane. For Lewis,
all right, I want to jump around here for something. Okay, so Geeky Gardens, he'd see your shadow down there. This morning, when he couldn't see his shadow there, it was sunshiny here. A half an hour later, after he gave out his weather report, that's when the clouds came in, the rain started, the snow started here. So at the one point, it would have been, oh, he can see a shadow. Oh yeah, okay, I can see the winter there. But Sonoma, was it Sonoma County? Today's Thursday, today's Friday. So Wednesday, I think it was, that someone videoed a tornado touching down up in Sonoma County. And NOAA and everybody else is saying, oh, we can't confirm it. We can't say it was a tornado. And someone asked at the press conference, well, what do you think about, well, what about the video? Well, it doesn't look like it's been manufactured. It looks really legit, but we haven't found any damage. I've seen tornadoes touch down without any damage before, because basically it was big, came down to a little point, and that little point touched down. It wasn't doing much damage at all. And then, but if it came down any farther, it would have been widespread. But it went along, and it went back up again, just like it does elsewhere.
Right. That sounds like an F1, because the F2, I seen that around our area. It will rip off people's roofs off of houses. I had one down the street got hit with an F2, little tiny funnel, and just tore the hell out of the roof. That's why.
All right. Good night. Good night, Laura.
Night, Laura. Whatchamacallit? That's why a lot of people don't put shake or asphalt tiles. They're all whatchamacallit, the clay, terracotta tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them got tired of replacing it.
Yeah. I know a lot of them now are going to the it looks like slate, but it's steel, and it's got a they've had 50-year warranty on it before, but this new stuff is supposed to have a 75-year warranty on it. It's 50% thicker, heavier, and it double locks in place.
Right. But
so I mean, you can't pull it off. Grammy Karen's going out to good night, Grammy Karen.
Night, Grammy Karen. You have to be really careful on that one. It has to be insulated right, because my area, we get like anywhere from 110 to 112 degrees. You tend to cook.
Yeah. Well, this roofing comes in all sorts of colors, including everything from black to white. And so, like in your area, you put the white on.
Yeah.
Now up here or farther north, they'd put the black on because in the wintertime they want that heat.
Right. Also, I forget, it's grounded, right?
Oh yeah. When they put it all on, it's all because for lightning strikes and stuff. They run a grounding wire from the top to the bottom, and then they run a wire down to some grounding poles in the ground. Hey, Nana's cooking show. And yeah, there are several different ones here. The metal roof on my shop is not grounded per se, because it's locked into the siding on the side of the shop, and 1, 2, 3 spots the siding is grounded to the ground.
Good. Yeah. It's like there's so much things I got to do, and I seen people's solar setups, and I'm like, oh God, they're gonna start a fire.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got blue metal on the shop. Got brown on the house across the street. So yeah, my wife wasn't thrilled. The shop was built when we bought the place, so she's not a fan of the colors of the shop. But it's it's better. It's a light blue roof, so it doesn't get too hot in the summer. Unfortunately, for the wintertime, it doesn't get hot enough to melt the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, I'm worried about next year, because this is, I forget, first year of El Nino.
Well, we're halfway through the first year because it started back in the summer.
Right.
It started, shaping up.
Right. So we got a next year. I wrote down in my books Black Winter. I mean, I'm really scared for that. That's why I'm telling everybody to grow a garden, save America, because this one, if I'm right, it's going to be a nasty one. Remember, Gil, in the old days in 1948 in Idaho, they had a year without summer? They made a PBS special out of it.
Yeah,
they were talking about people in Idaho were digging out from the attic to get into the.
Yeah, there 48. All right, that I know there was when I bought the house from Brandon, he said that when he was a kid east of here in a town called Goshen, that the snow was the drifts along the roadway were like 12 foot high, and he could actually go out of his upstairs bedroom window on the one side of the house.
Yeah, because the Army and the Air Force in 1948 did a rescue plan for Idaho from Montana, because it was so snowy that people were climbing out bedroom windows, attic windows, cows were missing. There were no traffic. That's how big the snowstorm was. I remember it was a PBS special, The Year Without Summer.
Okay, I'm trying to look stuff up here on it. 48, the worst winter of them all. Looks like 48, December 21st, 48 to February 19th, 49. Massive snowstorm to eastern Idaho, 13 consecutive weeks of snow, accompanied by high wind. Let me get into it here. Okay, Okay, once I open it up, it lost part of it. Right, I got looking around, find of it. Accompanied by high winds, sub-freezing or below zero weather. Well, we've had a lot of below zero weather the last 2 years here. Okay, it rose on November 26th, the day after Thanksgiving, with 3.5 inches of snow in Pocatello, winds blowing 25 miles an hour, and let's see, but snow fell almost continually on December 1st through 4th, leaving 6 inches on the ground, and then, but the highways were open, but they were winning the battle when another blizzard struck on December 7th. Gee, I wonder if that was the Japanese blizzard. December 7th. Al got it.
I got it.
But
I think that would depend upon the snow there, CR, if the snowshoes would work.
If you have the right type snowshoes, yeah, it'll work in 10 feet of snow, yeah.
Yep.
Heck, they'll work in 2 feet of snow. Yeah. But yeah, that was it. There's a nice article here in the Idaho Department of Transportation called "The Worst Winter of Them All."
Yeah, like I said, everybody go check out the PBS special, The Year Without. Was it?
Was it bigger than 78?
This was from the day after Thanksgiving. Is when it just started blowing up, but it ran 13 consecutive weeks until February 19th, when it finally ceased.
Right.
But then it probably took them a couple of weeks to dig everything out after that.
Right, because they did a PBS special, and that snowstorm was a record breaker because a lot of people. Because
rotary plows were still working to widen the highway trenches through the snow as late as March 14th.
Yeah, because it was like Year Without Summer or something like that. But it was one of the worst snowstorms because they had to call in the Army and also the Army Air Force, because they didn't change the U.S. Air Force at that time. They sent a lot of equipment there.
Yeah.
From Europe to, they had the big plane with 4 engines, not the bomber, transport.
The McDonnell Douglas DC.
I was going to try DC. Yeah, that's it.
DC-9, DC-8.
I think it was 9 and 8 because 4.
I don't think it was the DC-10.
No.
Yeah.
I think it was 8 or 9, and they did runs nonstop. Yeah. These are the guys who went to the Berlin, when they set up the Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
These are the same guys who went over to Idaho and rescued people. They dropped hay, they dropped food, they dropped firewood, because people were cut off because they got the highways clear, but they didn't get the railroads or the local roads until March. Because was there a town over there? If it wasn't for the Army and the Army Air Corps, a lot of people in Idaho would never made it.
Yeah. Okay. For the Berlin flight was the C-47 and C-54s. And yeah. But let's see here. Yeah, DC-10 wasn't in service at that time. So they called the Army to pile up here. And right now, the rainstorm. I'm going to look at the other computer here. So the rain right now in the Bay Area, they're looking at where is it here? Okay, so they just got rain going on today, tonight. Tomorrow it's slacking off a little bit. It's down to 20%. Saturday night it's 60%. Sunday it's 80%. 70% Sunday night, 60% Monday into the Monday morning commute. And they're looking at 1 inch on Saturday. This is average over the San Francisco Bay Area, the East Bay Area. What was it here? Lost it. 1 to 2 inches on Sunday. Monday, they're not giving anything from Monday on. Looking at the amounts on the NOAA weather, but they were talking about, like, for this weekend, for these storms up there, anywhere from 4 to 6 inches for the entire storm front going through.
Right.
Hey, Glenn, how's it going?
Hey, Glenn. Like I said, if you look in the San Diego area, they already got hit with like 3 flood areas, really bad.
Yeah. Well, thing is, too, right now, here in Idaho, the aquifers are a little dry, so the rain we get has a chance to soak in and get down to the aquifers. But the snow in the mountains is good for the summer runoff and stuff for irrigating the crops. But around here where we're at, a lot of them aren't pulling from the Snake River; they're going from the wells, and so we need the aquifers to fill back up more than we need it in the mountains here. But we do need some in the mountains, so it will slowly sink in, drain in, and hit the aquifers coming out of the Grand Tetons.
Good. You don't want to have a nuisance to let's release the water from the dams. We're not letting them this year.
Oh yeah, I noticed that when I saw the rainstorms, and it was like, okay, when's he going to open his stupid mouth and say release the water? And
I don't think he'll be in office. I think they'll drag him out because the farmers were really hostile. I had to calm down 30 people.
Yeah. So we're supposed to get rain. Okay, February 20th, February 8th. And I'm just reading the chat here, trying to keep up on it. Yeah, when my daughter took the boys home at about 6:45, I went back up. I went out. I turned the lights on. Went out. I double checked the stuff in the shop I'm doing out there. And just about all that snow I raked off the patio cover that was mounded up really high, it's only about this high left over, and it's only about 3 foot wide, tapering up to that peak. And it's, the rain and the snow and everything, and what snow came down on it, the rain came through, and everything just started melting it away today. So depending on what we got here for... Yeah, like I said, we got snow coming in tonight, snow tomorrow. Yeah, but we also say, let me refresh that so I can get temperature on it. So we got 37 degrees right now. High tomorrow is 36. Low tonight is 32. Low Saturday is 27. High Sunday is 37. Low 25. Monday, we're back up to 40 again. Low 32, 39 on Tuesday. Low 29. So during the high ones, we got some rain in there on Monday and some rain on Tuesday. Sunday afternoon is clear. We got snow in the morning and clear in the afternoon. So we'll see how much sticks and how much, turns to slush and melts the rest of it.
Sounds like I'm going to be catching all your weather about a week behind.
5 to 8 days, depending on how the winds go.
Yeah, it's like we get it first, and then Gil gets it next, and then what's left over is going to hit. I forget. I think it hit CR or Howie, and then maybe I can't tell for Lewis. Lewis,
I'm on the Ontario.
Yeah. Well, I had a bit of good luck yesterday. You got up to 48 yesterday, and I was coming back from watching the kids. Actually, I came over in between times because I had to get something for them they wanted from here. So I was watching them across the street. I noticed how warm it was. It's like, I walked over to my tractor, turned the glow plugs on, and as soon as they went out, turned it off, turned it back on again. So glow plugs would warm up a little bit more. Turned it up, it started up. I drove it in and parked it in the shop. I've not been able to start that tractor since Thanksgiving. I've been trying to get it out of the driveway and into the shop. Well, I got it in the shop. I had enough room cleared for it and got it in there. So now when I need to start it up, I just put the heat lamps underneath it for a couple hours beforehand. Fires right up.
I've seen farmers, Gil, and this is on their huge tractors, like where they go in their fields and turn it over and stuff, right? They'll put a kerosene heater, like a torpedo kerosene heater, underneath their tractor and a tarp.
Yeah.
Because it's sitting outside.
Yeah, I've seen them take they'll pop the hood up, they'll lay an electric blanket on it and a Mylar blanket over that, and then close the hood back down. And just keeps a little bit of heat going there on the engine block. Plus they have the block heaters as well going.
Right.
I mean, that's what they were doing when we had the polar vortex. They're doing all sorts of crazy things, and they're taking like the heat lamp, the ceramic heat lamps, and that's what I do. I have 2 ceramic heat lamps that are 100 watts each, and I'll put them underneath my tractor. Well, and when it's in the shop, well, they were putting 5 or 6 of them underneath the transmission because the engine block has a heater in it. The transmission does not have a heater in it to heat the transmission fluid hydraulic oil up. So when they fire it up, it doesn't blow a seal.
Right. I seen tractors in the Soviet Union. They have the opposite. They don't have heater in the tractor. They have heaters for the transmission and the engine oil. So before they go start the tractor, they start the heater for the transmission and they start the heater for the engine oil, and then they start the engine. Because the temperature of the oil and temperature of the transmission fluid heats the engine so it could turn over in like 21 below zero temperatures. Yeah. Because remember, go ahead.
When I worked for a construction company, we had 2 excavators that they had bought at auction from up north, like up in Montana, whatever. And these were Caterpillars, and they had a separate oil pump on it and a separate hydraulic pump on it, and they had heaters they had the block heaters for the oil pan and stuff, and they had in the hydraulic tank and in the transmission they had heaters. And basically what they do is they had the temperature gauge on the dash in the cab, and once the temperature was to a certain point, then they would turn on a series of electric pumps. So it engine oil around. It'd start pumping hydraulic oil around and do the transmission fluid. And and they'd run that for about a minute or so, and then they would start the engine up. And then CR chimes in that's 25 centigrade is 13 Fahrenheit. Minus 13 Fahrenheit. Minus 25 centigrade, yeah.
Right. For Lewis, I just did quick figures in my head for Ontario. How close are you to New York border?
Oh, probably about 6 hours.
Oh, you're safe. Now, if you were in the other side of Ontario near New York, got snowshoes? Yeah.
We're used to it.
If you're on the other side, yeah, if you're on the other side of Ontario, it's going to be like Gil's weather, slushy snow and rain. But if you're on the New York side, where it hugs Ontario and New York, I wouldn't be out there. I wouldn't be out in northern New York either. I'll be here in wet California. Because I figure they're going to have...
When my wife retires up here, I'm going to let her run the tractor for one winter, pushing the snow and stuff. The next year we'll most likely be buying a mini track loader, like a skid steer, but it's tracks, for pushing snow and doing all the work around, like, the place.
The tracks, they work wonderful in the snow.
Oh yeah. And what's great is that the tracks, the rubber on the tracks are so big that I can go along and just put the studs in on all of them. So I'm pushing snow on the street. If I hit a patch of ice, those cleats will dig in, and I'll just keep on going.
Yeah, because you don't want to be out there. What happened to Grandpa? He died from a heart attack shoveling snow. No,
I don't shovel that much. I just shovel a little bit. I mean, I got we have the electric blowers, which will be interesting the first time my wife uses the electric blowers and then comes back in the house and goes, we need to get something more powerful. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to cost about $900 to get the one, that has the power wheels on it and has the big things on and really throws the snow 30 feet. That's the one problem. I love my wife. She's a great, but she's great and everything. But being an accountant, she doesn't get, okay, function versus cost. When you're doing certain things mechanically, you need to screw the cost and get the function. Hey, Chairman, how's it going?
Like I said, folks, just be careful because right now, because the quality control is really bad throughout the United States, we have refrigerators and freezers blowing up or failing, or what was that one thing? 2 million Teslas had to be recalled.
All the electric cars are being recalled because of the cold temperatures destroying their batteries.
I couldn't do that.
Batteries aren't set up for that temperature. All right. All right. So we're past time here. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you all for coming up here. All right. Coming up. Where are we here? Okay. Tomorrow on Survival Saturday on Gray Man Prepping, the topic is carbon monoxide. It was suggested by Susan Galley. And so hopefully I'll have enough doctors in here. We'll all be talking about treatment of carbon monoxide and how to avoid it and stuff. Monday back here on Camppatton Family Compound we're going to talk about canning soups, not doing the dry mixes, actually canning them, times, variants, and we'll talk both about pressure canning and water bath canning of them. Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, we're going to talk about stocking up a certain room in your house with supplies. And then we have, of course, Thursday night is the midnight ride. And then we have next Friday is natural disasters that change the weather. So we'll be talking about that next Friday. Thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you, Lewis and Al, for coming up here. Sorry, Chairman, I just saw you there right after I saw the time there. Need to wrap it up here. Everyone in side chat, thanks for coming in. Thanks for your input and updates on your area of what's going on. And so hopefully I'll see everybody tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Figure out your time zone from there on Gray Man Prepping for Survival Saturday. And we'll be talking about carbon monoxide. All right, everyone, stay safe.
Have a good night.